shirt on Teespring.
During the Christmas season of 2019, I had the opportunity to work as a UPS driver's helper. For 2 or 3 months, UPS had a peak season where drivers would be assigned a helper, which was a great assistance for them during the busy holiday period. Some days I would work with the same driver for weeks, but occasionally things would change, and I would be paired with a different driver. One particular day, I was asked to meet a driver at an apartment complex. When I arrived at the apartments, the driver was in the process of unloading all the packages. He explained to me that my task for the day was to deliver these packages to the different apartments in the complex. Once I finished, I was to call him on his cell phone to let him know I was done. And then I would join him to help with the rest of his route. The manager at the complex gave him permission for me to park my car on the property. There were over 100 packages of various sizes for me to deliver, which seemed like a manageable task. I anticipated it would be a simple day without any complications. As I started delivering the packages, everything went smoothly. The apartments were easy to find, and I thought I would be finished quickly. However, when I returned to the office to collect the remaining packages, I was approached by someone who was waiting for his flat screen TV to be delivered to his apartment. He was frustrated and wanted to know why it was taking so long. I explained that I was delivering the packages one by one and had not reached his apartment yet. He insisted that his TV be delivered immediately, but I informed him that the driver had already scanned his package and he was welcome to take it with him, as it was not too heavy. He was not pleased with that option and demanded that I take the TV with me. I agreed and placed his flat screen TV on my cart along with some other packages. To my surprise, he became upset and refused to have his TV mixed with other packages. He wanted it to be delivered separately to his apartment. It was clear that he was not understanding the UPS policy for driver's helpers, nor the limitations of what we were able to do. Despite my explanations, he remained stubborn and insisted that I take the broken flat screen TV from his apartment with me once I delivered the new one. I tried to explain that I did not have a scanner, which is required for any package to be officially picked up or returned. He argued that he had read online that I could scan the package myself, but I reiterated that I was not a driver and did not possess a scanner. The only options were for another driver to pick it up at a later time or to schedule an appointment for the driver to retrieve it. For some reason, he still believed that I was the driver and demanded that I call him immediately. I calmly informed him that the driver was currently on a delivery elsewhere and that I would inform him once I finished my current route so that he could address the situation. It was frustrating to deal with such a rude and simple-minded person who did not understand the UPS policies for driver's helpers. I advised him to go to the front of the building and asked if he saw a brown UPS truck, emphasizing that I was not a driver. Nevertheless, he insisted that I call the driver to pick up the broken TV immediately. I reassured him that I would inform the driver as soon as I was finished with my deliveries, and he should expect a prompt response. With that, I continued on my route. This guy I had to deal with on my task, my deliveries efficiently. Pleasant person, to say the least. I honestly can't remember half of the things he was saying because I had to mentally block them out. It felt like I was repeating myself over and over to the point where I just decided to keep my mouth shut. Finally, when we arrived at his apartment, he wanted me to wait around to see if his TV was working or not. But really, I'm not obligated to wait around. My job right now is to deliver packages as quickly as possible. So I just went about my own business and finished up my deliveries. Just when I was almost done, my cell phone rang. It was driver letting me know that he had been in a car accident. He asked me how close I was to being done, and I told him that I just had a few packages left and I would be done in less than 10 minutes. They told me that a different driver would come by to pick me up and help for the rest of the day. I never mentioned to the other driver about the guy and his broken flat screen TV. It's peak season and there's only so much we can do. Maybe the guy should have been nicer to me. You can't expect people to treat you like their personal servant. There are limits to what we can do, and some people won't risk their jobs just to please one person. I'm not sure if the guy complained about me or not, because I didn't hear anything after that incident. The rest of my time as a helper was actually quite simple. The other drivers were really nice, and some even paid for my lunch. They appreciated that I did my job correctly, and were impressed with my helpfulness. They even mentioned that they would have me work with them again next year. As for that jerk, I really don't know what kind of things happened in his past life to treat people so poorly, or to think that they should be his personal servants. I can't even imagine what it would be like to work with him again. It's just amazing how one person can make a simple and easy day so much more difficult than it needs to be.